all my paranormal misfits, and welcome to the Paranormal Misfit podcast. I am your host, Chrissy, and I'm here to talk about all things paranormal and spooky. From experience that I or someone else has had, to the shows, movies, and books, to lores and legends, and to the places known for the paranormal. I'm going to talk about all of it. I myself am a believer with a healthy set of skepticism. You'll hear my thoughts and feelings about different topics revolving around the paranormal, so cozy up with your favorite beverage of choice and listen along. Hello again. It's me. Hi everyone. So I'm doing pretty well, right? So my intention is kind of like bulk record, and I'm on a roll. I've done two, and this is my third, and I'm hoping to knock it out. And yeah, this is exciting. I think I found a new way to kind of handle um recording for my podcast, because originally I was trying to do it week by week, try and get it done by like a Thursday or a Friday, but a lot of things kind of got, I won't say in the way, but they took higher priority, right? This is a hobby. Family, job, mental health, physical health, school is the priority. So naturally I've got to find ways to squeeze in hobbies, because without hobbies, at least for me, your mental health kind of takes a toll a little bit. Like, if you don't find the things you enjoy that's not monotonous, from working 5 days a week for god 8 to 14-hour days, right? Depending on where you work, maybe it's longer, maybe it's shorter, who knows? But for me, I have to have things to break up the monotony. And then on top of that, I took on a couple full semesters this year, and I just haven't had the time, and I haven't done great with my time management. But I'm here, I'm excited. And on the other part of breaking up monotony, I decided to focus a couple of more episodes on horror movies, as opposed to like the paranormal shows I've been watching, because it's kind of the same thing, in and out, in and out. Find a haunted location, you get the history, you find a couple of paranormal shows who have probably filmed there. Not to say that I don't enjoy it, I do. It's just, I kind of like some fiction, some sci-fi, some thrillers, some horror, some religious drama, and who knows, maybe I'll find one of those TV shows. I know I was watching Evil for a while. I need to pick it back up. I need to watch it all over again. I was also watching The Exorcist, and I was watching, God, I want to say there was another one, and I can't remember right now. So yeah, I mean, the intention of doing this podcast was to share my love for all things spooky. And all things spooky doesn't necessarily mean haunted locations and paranormal shows. It's the horror shows, it's the horror movies, or the thrillers, or the suspenseful movies that are either dealing with paranormal, or maybe they're a very loose interpretation of some sort of tragedy that ended up in a wow, I looked up at the screen at the wrong time. Paranormal, you know, paranormal thing going on. I don't know why I just I totally just, spaced out. I apologize. So anyways, so grab a drink, find your favorite spot, get that comfy blanket, and get ready to listen along, guys, because I am here to share my next suspenseful-ish, paranormal, depends on how you decide to see it, kind of movie. Okay? So, if you're ready and you're willing, let's dive in. I am very excited, obviously, to be here, because I love talking to you all. I love sharing things. So here we go. So, like I said, I'm very excited and I can't wait to talk to you all about the movie Antlers. Um, I want to say, let me pick up my phone real quick. I apologize. I think you can catch this on a couple of different streaming services. Um, I know for sure. I believe it's HBO Plus, and I'm gonna double check for you all. So let's see, Antlers. A-N. Y'all about to see me spell out loud. Yep, you can catch it on HBO Max. I think you can also catch it maybe Netflix. Maybe. So that's kind of a toss up, right? It's kind of a little iffy. No, I don't want to download. Okay. Antlers. That would be a no. Hard no. Um, well, shoot, Hulu's on here. Let's check out Hulu real quick. I don't want to leave you guys hanging, which I already am. I can tell. No, I don't want to log out. You're looks like you're what, sir? Okay, you know what? Not gonna fuck with it right now. Just streaming services and their bullshit. So definitely check it out on HBO Max. So, anyways, as I said, I just recently, recently, I'm gonna screw up again. Recently watched Antlers, which is a supernatural horror movie starring, and if you're a big fucking millennial like I am, Carrie Russell as the antagonist, not the antagonist, protagonist. I apologize. Um, Jesse Plemons, who is Kirsten Dunst's husband, and an actor in a bunch of different movies. Obviously, let's not downgrade his acting abilities. I believe something with the title has the word dog in it. Don't really remember. It's a western, um, and a few others. So this movie definitely caught me by surprise. I didn't think I would like it, honestly. And between the character stories and the intertwining of the Native American folklore, and as I said in the previous episode, talking about no one gets out alive, you really want to reel me in? Give me some folklore, give me some religious trauma, give me things that are reason to believe in paranormal. Because for me, this is what paranormal is built off of. You know, not built off of, but kind of revolves around. You hear whatever. So, intertwining Native American folklore, which was really good. So, to give an overview, this takes place in a small town in Oregon, way west, kind of north. Um, so you're watching the opening of the movie. You're basically watching two guys in a warehouse leading down to a mining area, packing up a meth lab because why? Small towns gotta have something. So during this time, a creature that you don't see overpowers them, right? And one of the two guys is a dad, and there's a small boy who's the son of one of the guys that goes in, and that's all you really see, right? So then it pans back, and then you see Carrie Russell, and her character's name is Julie Meadows, and she moves back into the town after her alcoholic father's death, and moves back in with her little brother, who's played by Jesse Flemons. Flemons? Flemons. Gotta be that way, right? Flemons. All right, so we're going to talk about pronunciation right now. And he is part of the police force. Small town, so he's either the sheriff or the deputy, right? I mean, small town. So, she's a teacher, and there's a small, emaciated, and I mean small, 12-year-old boy that she kind of hones in on, right? And I think it's because she feels drawn to him due to her own past of having an alcoholic father and, without a mother. And so you see this kid throughout the early portion of the movie. You see him collecting roadkill and drawing really dark drawings in class, along with being very unkept, right? Kind of, if your teacher kind of flags you as, is he abused? Is he neglected? And with that, you see him in his home and he goes to a door that is heavily locked. And I mean, from top to bottom, high enough for him to lock it all the way down, right? And that roadkill that he's collecting, he's throwing into that room where there's a creature. And then you see the little boy from the beginning of the movie. And then you realize that he's related to the father son duo from the start where, you know, they're in that meth lab and they get attacked by the creature you don't see. So we go back to Julia, and she tries her best to connect and talk with the little boy, but he sees right through her. I mean, come on. Your dad is a drug dealer. Your mom ran away or ran off. I shouldn't say away. Ran off. You know, you're forced to raise yourself. You're in a small town. People talk about you. You can see, you know, he's older because he has the mentality of an older kid because he's forced to age faster due to the trauma that's happening around him, right? So she learns more about his past. Oh, his mother didn't run away, she passed away. I apologize, everyone. She passed away. His dad is not only a drug dealer but also an abuser, and the little brother hasn't been seen in weeks, obviously, based on the beginning of the movie. So she pressures the principal into visiting the house, which, by the way, if you're a huge Criminal Minds fan, because for me, horror and true crime and criminal shows, for me, kind of, I won't say they go hand in hand, but somehow they intertwine sometimes. So, and I love Reed. Let's just put it out there. I love Reed. I love Rossi. I love Penelope. It was a fantastic show, and I'm so happy Paramount Plus did a revive on it. So, totally getting off topic. So sorry, but principal has a cameo in it. So the principal goes, and then she goes into the house, and obviously finds the locked door. Da da da. We're not going to talk about the palm color that they have because obviously it's the palm color that tends to go venturing a little further than they should. And so she goes upstairs because the way the locked room is concocted, right? You have the door, and the door leads up to a little staircase, and that staircase goes up basically into the attic, right? And so she goes upstairs and dies at the hand of the dad, who is now some sort of supernatural creature. And if you don't learn what type of supernatural creature until later on in the movie. So she goes missing, another kid goes missing, bones of animals and other things start popping up. Julia and her brother visit a Native American man who shares the lore of the W word we won't say, right? I totally believe in a lot of folklore and I believe in superstition and especially Native American. I won't say the name properly. It's typed out on my screen, still ain't gonna say it. But anyways, so the Native American man, um, to go on a little tangent here, he's been in so many amazing movies like Dancing with the Wolves, Green Mile, Maverick. He's an amazing Native American actor named Graham Greene. I believe he's also in The Last of Us. That Native American couple, brother, sister. I'm not sure. I didn't watch it. I saw it on TikTok and I was like, oh my God, I know who that is. You know, totally cool. So, anyways, the W word is truly terrifying, right? It's a cannibalistic creature that essentially, or at least in the movie, can jump from person to person. Um, so as we get through the movie, a huge fight breaks out. And to be fair, by the end of this movie, you think they beat it, but it really just transfers, right? So I know that this is a it's kind of broad and it's an open discussion of the film. I do highly recommend it. It has really good suspenseful scenes. I will say that is it the W word transfers to the so I'm so sorry. I probably should have wrote it down and I didn't. Got kind of excited. I apologize. So, obviously they think they killed it and really just transferred. And it does jump bodies. So it's kind of hard in the end to tell, did Julia and the little boy defeat it? Did the little boy end up becoming a host? Um, yeah. So, anyways, so I highly recommend it. I think it's a really good watch. It's another one of those, if you got a little bit of time, you want something to watch, it's something you haven't watched in a while, you want to see something about some Native American folklore that's not all about, like, oh, it's a Native American Indian burial ground and that's why you're haunted. Like, check it out. Honestly, check it out. And you can't go wrong with the Native American actor they brought in it because he's Native American. And that, to me, is a highlight because Native American characters, to me, should always be played by a Native American. It's the same as, like, Pacific Asians and all of that. But that's a different tangent. But going back, it has really good suspenseful scenes. You get a really good character background development, and the interactions are honestly done well. You got some good cast. Carrie Russell's a good actress. Jesse Plemons is a really good actor, and honestly, the little boys are very surprising. You know, the director Scott Cooper did, from what I could see, respect the folklore of the Native American tribe, the Alaga. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Alagoan. I'm so sorry. Honestly, thought after reading the different descriptions of the different tribes, it seems to follow it was more of the Ojibwa tribe, more than the Algo, Algonquin. But I'm not from either tribe, so I'm not an expert. You'd have to honestly ask a member of those tribes to maybe speak to them to see how you to, to see what you see. Maybe read a little bit more into their folklore, maybe read a little bit more into, like, their background and how they view different things, just to see how you think it would fall. With that being said, as I have said before, I do highly recommend it. I think you should check it out at least once, right? Uh, if you don't check it out now, at least check it out during Halloween. I got to catch it on HBO Plus. I haven't looked in to see if it's on any other streaming services, and as always, I really do think Prime probably has it. Obviously, Netflix doesn't, and couldn't check Hulu. Don't really think Hulu has it either. So, yeah. With that being said, guys, I highly recommend the movie. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I know this one was a little faster than the usual, mainly because I'm talking about a movie. And yeah, give me some feedback. Do you want to hear more about movies? Do you want to hear more about TV shows, or would you rather me stick to more of the paranormal TV shows and the locations and getting more of the history? Like, I want to hear your feedback, and um I hope you guys give me that because I really do value that kind of stuff. With that being said, I hope you all having a fantastic night. Um, like, follow, share along on this podcast. Not only that, but make sure you like, follow, and share my Instagram because you can also reach out to me there. Same title of the podcast. Just take the I out of the second I out of Misfit, and you'll be able to find me. Okay. With that being said, I hope you guys have a great night and stay spooky.
Well, that concludes this episode of the Paranormal Misfits. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you want to keep up with the latest and greatest, make sure you subscribe to this podcast on whichever platform you're listening to on. And give me a follow on Instagram at Paranormal Misfit. If you have your own spooky paranormal story you'd like to share or want to hear about a particular lore, place, or whatnot, please feel free to drop me a DM in Instagram. And on that note, I will catch you all later at the next episode, my ghouls.